I'm trying to make it lawful.
All I'm trying to do.
What law do you think I broke to pull me over for?
Oh, hey, man. Oh, please. Please, man.
I know you're thinking you're Joe Attorney.
No, I don't think that. I don't think that.
If you're getting arrested, you're going to get arrested.
Yeah.
Welcome to US, Bad Cops, where we uncover the truth behind law enforcement's darkest moments. Join us as we explore 5 cases, worst police officers ever caught on camera. Watch, react, and share your thoughts below. If you like this video, press 1. On August 4th, 2020, Mr. News Now South Florida, an auditor, was driving near Ware State Prison in Ware County, Georgia. He encountered roadblocks and turned around in a nearby driveway, pulling over to check a map. Shortly after, several police officers, including Trooper McLean of the Georgia State Patrol, arrived. Major Lee Awesome from Rogue Nation, a passenger in Mr. News's vehicle, began filming the encounter.
Yeah, I was checking out something out on the map.
Okay, all right. You do realize you stopped there, back there?
Yeah, we thought we could get through. Then we saw we couldn't, so we turned around.
All right. You got your driver's license with you?
I do. Am I getting pulled over for something?
Well, you pulled into the warden's driveway back there.
To turn around.
Yeah, and we're trying to figure out what you were doing. We're trying to identify you.
Is that illegal?
How's my ID going to tell you what I'm doing?
Well, we're trying to identify you.
Okay.
For what?
May I please have your driver's license?
Is that a lawful order?
Yes, sir.
What infraction do you believe I've committed?
You pulled over here on the road, and I checked that.
Because I was going to look at the map. I didn't want to get on my cellular device
Well, that's good.
while I was driving.
Well, that's good. I appreciate it. Do you have your driver's license?
I have my driver's license with me, but I'm not certain I'm required to give it. Can you state some sort of statute or
Yes, sir.
some sort of infraction?
Anytime you're requested by law enforcement to provide driver's license, you have to provide your driver's license.
If you've committed some sort of infraction or
You turn
crime.
around back there.
Is that illegal?
Was that illegal?
And you pulled in, so we're trying to figure out what
Was
you're
that
doing
illegal?
down there. We were trying to figure out.
I understand that.
We're trying to figure out what you're doing there.
But you're not to figure out what I'm doing, police. You're the law enforcement police.
And that we're trying to figure out. It's suspicious. Right. So we're just trying to figure out what you were doing down
Is
there.
one of these cars your supervisor?
Yes, sir, it is.
I'd like to talk to your supervisor,
You're going
please.
to talk to me right now. And do you have your driver's license?
I'm not. I don't think I'm required to give you my driver's license, and I'd like to talk to your supervisor to find out.
Yes, sir. May I please get your driver's license?
I don't believe you're giving me a lawful command, sir.
Yes, I am, sir.
For what purpose do you need my ID? What crime or ordinance do you suspect me to have broken?
Because it was suspicious of you to pull
Suspicious?
into
Is
the
that a
driveway and back up
misdemeanor or is
and
that a
pull back
felony?
this way.
Is that a misdemeanor or a felony?
That's articulable reasonable suspicion that you were
Of what
doing
crime?
something. That you were loitering or something like that. Do you have
Do you have evidence that I was loitering?
Sir, you pulled in back there, did you not?
I turned around, yeah, because I saw that I couldn't get through.
You couldn't get through. The road was open. I don't know.
Oh, I saw. It looked like there was checkpoints for getting into the prison or something, so we turned around because we didn't think we could get through.
As you can see from our plate, we're not from here,
Yeah.
so
I
yeah.
understand that. Do you have your driver's license?
I don't. I'm telling you, am I lawfully required to give you my ID?
Yes, sir.
For what purposes am I lawfully required?
What I just explained to you, sir.
Suspicion isn't a crime, and I didn't break any
Articulable
ordinance.
reasonable suspicion, yes.
Of
a crime.
Of a
Articulable
crime.
reasonable suspicion that you turn around back
Can
there
I just
doing
talk to the
something.
supervisor that's back there?
No, sir.
Trooper McLean advises drivers to comply with Georgia's ID display requirement during traffic stops. He cites legal precedents like Wynn versus State, but acknowledges the need for officers to have reasonable suspicion for stops, as per Delaware versus Prowse. Mr. News, stopped for a suspicious U-turn after a prison riot, may contest the stop's validity, referencing cases like Gary versus State and Wren versus United States. McLean warns that refusing ID can lead to arrest, citing Georgia law, though it's not an automatic trigger outside traffic stops.
I'm done answering questions.
All right, sir. I'm going to have you step out of the vehicle for me, sir.
For what purpose?
Step out of the vehicle, sir. I just need to identify you. That,
But
and that's
for what
all,
purpose?
You're making it harder. All I'm trying to do is
I'm trying to make it lawful.
All I'm trying to do
What law do you think I broke to pull me over for?
You were down there. You pulled
I-
into the.
yes, I
didn't
did.
know what you were doing, right?
I turned around.
That's the
I told you
warden's
what I'm doing.
residence. That's the warden's residence.
I turned
State
around.
Property,
I didn't
right?
know whose it was.
It's state property. So I came
So
down
it's
here
public
to identify.
property.
That's state property. Okay.
Public property, then.
That's state property. Okay.
Was it
So-
illegal to turn around on his
Well,
property?
it's articulable reasonable suspicious that you're performing something
A turnaround
illegal there,
in a
or
vehicle.
you're doing something there when we have other things going on. So if I can please
I'm
identify
not
you,
from
sir.
this town.
Okay, and that's fine. And all I have to do is identify identify you, we can get you on your way.
How is identifying me going to tell you what I was doing?
Well, we're making sure that you're not a wanted person. You're somebody that was going to go there and harm the warden or something.
The ID is not
I'm
going to tell you
making a
that.
formal request for your supervisor right now.
Okay, well that's fine, sir.
I'm formally
but-
making a request
and
right now for your
I'm making a
supervisor.
formal request that you provide your driver's license. Go ahead, step back.
I'm trying to get identified,
Step back
and I
here.
don't think I need to.
Step back here.
For what reason?
Step back here. Just
What
step
did
back
he
here.
explain? He explained that I turned around in someone's driveway. Yes, I did.
Okay,
I don't know whose driveway was.
Stop and listen. You asked
Sir.
me a question. I'm telling you exactly what I'm
I
doing.
don't. Is it unlawful to turn around in a driveway?
Let me explain to
Go
you.
ahead.
I get where I'm going.
Go ahead.
All right. Currently, there's been events happening there at the prison, correct?
I don't know. I'm from. You can see I'm from
All right,
Florida.
so we're
Okay. So this is what's going on.
Okay.
There's been events that's happened there at the prison in the last week. All right.
I didn't know
We
that.
have an incident going on right now.
I didn't know that
Now,
either.
You pulled into the warden's driveway. Now you're leaving.
I pulled into a driveway. I didn't know whose driveway it was. Wasn't posted for trespassing.
If you will
I made
hand
sure
your
to
phone
look.
to your buddy, he can record with both phones, but you're going to step out here and we're going to try to identify you.
Is this a lawful request for
Yes.
my ID?
That is correct.
Can you tell me what lawful statute or
Sir, step
of
out.
what?
Get out.
My wallet's down there, so I can get you my ID from down there.
Can you
I'm
grab
not
your
gonna have
wallet
you
from
get
right
it.
there? Can you grab? I was
I
pointing
can't
at
see
it.
it.
It's right there. That's why I was pointing at it. You think that?
Okay.
it's
So I'm going to identify myself.
Let me see you.
I'm going to identify myself, but I'm going to make sure to follow through with this because I don't believe it's
By
lawful.
all means, please,
Okay.
sir.
So
I'm
you're-
not telling you. I'm not telling
So
you.
you're
you
right.
can't-
Just for the record, you're identifying me right now for what purpose?
Like I told you.
Because
you
you're suspicious.
turned
Because I'm
around.
suspicious.
Yes, you turned around. You don't know everything that has happened.
I don't
recently.
know anything that's
Okay,
happened. I'm not
so
from here.
I'm going to explain it to you once I'm able to identify. I'm going to explain it to you once
Okay.
I'm able to identify.
Okay. So you're identifying me for suspicious behavior,
Yes, sir.
and that's not a misdemeanor nor a felony.
It is. It would
nor
be.
have
What-
I committed a traffic infraction.
We don't know what you're doing. But honestly,
This isn't going to tell you what I'm doing. But so, just for the record, I have not made a traffic infraction, correct? Correct. I was
all
turning
right.
around.
So
It's
I'm
a
coming
normal
down here. I've
practice.
informed you.
Yes.
When I initially informed you, when I asked for your driver's license, you asked for the reason. I informed you whose driveway that was.
Which I asked was that unlawful,
All right.
and you said
Yes,
it's
I'm
state
trying to
property.
figure. I'm trying to figure out because of the
My
events that
ID is going to
occurred.
make it yes or not
Yes, sir.
unlawful.
Yes, sir.
My
Let
ID
me
is going to
see- let
change
me see
whether
your
it's
driver's
lawful or
license.
not.
Yes, sir.
If
you
you're
can't be arrested.
if you're
You can't.
asking for it, I'm going to say no. If you're requesting it, requiring it by law,
I am requiring
under
it by law.
threat of arrest, then I will.
I
then
am
will do
requiring it by law. Yes, sir.
it. Okay, so I am going to get arrested if I don't ID myself.
There is state law that says when you're requested by
It's a
law
yes or
enforcement.
no?
Yes,
Okay.
if you're required by law enforcement, you must provide your driver's
All right, if there's a reasonable suspicion.
This is articulable reasonable suspicion. You just
Of
proved it.
what crime? Of what crime? Whoa! Whoa! Simple battery. You just battered me, sir.
Step out here, because I've given you lawful commands.
And you have my ID.
Please,
And
give-
you have my ID.
Please give your phone to your friend, and we're gonna step out here.
Okay, I'm stepping out. You don't need to manhandle me. I'm
I'm
stepping
not.
out.
How am I
Your
manhandling?
hand-
Step out.
Okay, I'm stepping
I'm
out.
not. I don't want you doing anything to put the vehicle in drive because I've had that happen before.
I'll shut it off.
All right, thank you.
I didn't even think of that. I apologize.
Step back
Okay,
here.
I'm stepping back.
Trooper McLean and the Georgia State Patrol stopped Mr. News and Mr. Awesome for a minor traffic violation, but detained Mr. News without clear justification. This highlights the disparity between legal protocols and ethical behavior in law enforcement. Despite the unjust detention, Mr. News remained composed and assertive, avoiding further escalation. The narrator commends Mr. News for his calm response and encourages others to emulate his approach in asserting their rights respectfully. On September 3, 2014, Mr. Ambus, owner of the YouTube channel Ambus99, was a passenger in a car driven by friends in Rhode Island. The car was stopped for speeding by a police officer who asked for IDs from both the driver and Mr. Ambus. The driver complied, but Mr. Ambus refused to give his name or any identification.
Whatever the traffic stop was, it doesn't really matter. I'm not here for that, obviously.
Oh,
just
in case I started recording, because
that's fine. You can do
if
that.
anything, if I need it for court or anything.
You can record all you want, no
Okay.
problem. You're obligated when you're in a motor vehicle to present your ID.
When you're driving,
When you're in the motor vehicle, yes, like right now.
can I see what law is that?
I don't have the law book on me. I know the law. That's.
Oh, so if you know
weren't
it, how
in the-
come?
if you weren't in the car and you parked in a parking lot, no. But as far as the motor vehicle being operated, yes.
Right. So get the law for me. Give me what law it is,
I don't
and
need the
then
law for you.
you're a police officer. You're supposed to know all the laws and
Let me talk to you. Step out of the car for me.
I'm not stepping out of the car.
What's that?
I'm not stepping out of the car for my safety.
your safety?
For my safety.
What do you think? We're going to beat you up?
No, but once you tell somebody to step out of the car, it's either they're being arrested, you're going to take them in for questioning or something like that.
Okay.
If I'm not going to be...
Listen,
I'd rather stay here where this is recording in case something happens.
Mr. Lawyer, okay?
No, I told him I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer.
Attorney,
But
okay?
I value my rights. I have rights. I know the Constitution. You know, I know what rights I have.
You do it with every single car
you
stop.
give up your rights when you're in the car.
When you're driving.
When you're driving.
When you're driving.
You have to present your ID.
Yeah,
If
when
you
you're
don't
driving.
have your ID, that's fine. But you got to give them a name.
Mr. Ambus was stopped by police who demanded his ID without reasonable suspicion of criminal activity, potentially violating his Fourth Amendment rights. Despite the officer's professional conduct, they wrongly prolonged the stop to force him to show ID, citing irrelevant Supreme Court cases. While they could legally ask him to exit the car for officer safety, refusal could lead to arrest for obstruction. However, the officer's actions were deemed a violation of Mr. Ambus's rights, indicating a need for improved legal training.
I'm not giving out my name just because. Because you're going to start, I need your name, I need your date of birth, you're going to look me up, you're going to have my address, you're going to have all the information. Yeah, but what crimes did I commit?
He didn't say you committed any, did he?
No one's saying we do it with every single car stop.
Yep.
As far as you getting out of the car, I know you're thinking you're Joe Attorney.
No, I don't think that.
If
I don't think that.
If you're getting arrested, you're going to get arrested.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not.
All right, so when you say I'm being arrested, then we'll take it from
Why would I say
there.
that? Why would I say you're being arrested? If
I don't
you're
know.
Sitting in the passenger
Yeah,
seat
because you're asking me for my name, my date of birth.
That's just for our safety. That's why we do that.
Yeah, but why did he get pulled over? Right?
Had him for speeding.
Okay, so that's his problem.
Yeah, but
I'm just getting the ride home.
listen, but you're in the car, okay?
Yeah, but I didn't commit a crime. I didn't speed.
We're not saying that you did. We identify everyone in the car.
You're not
every
listening
single car
to me.
stop.
I am listening.
Okay. When you get out of the car, okay, we don't just arrest people to get out of the car. We just don't tell you to get out for the heck of it, okay? For our safety, we ask for ID. Now you're obligated by the state to do that, okay?
All right, so whatever you got to do, but I'm not giving up my rights. I'm not giving up my rights. And I know that's not a law. Once you tell me the law, what number it is, everything, we're going to look it up,
It is
you know,
a law,
stuff like
but
that.
I'll be right back. I'll
All
be
right.
right back. Where are you guys from?
Providence?
Providence?
That's it.
Yes.
Got a quote? Hey, can you hop off just for a minute? I just want to talk to you real quick.
Nah, I want to stay with the camera recording because I don't know, you know, I don't want to be,
Feel free to bring
Yeah.
your camera with you.
I don't want to carry that and have it in your face, you know.
Okay.
But,
Then you know what?
you know, I don't want to be
Okay.
disrespectful. I don't want to take you guys away from doing your job and stuff. But they say that when you have rights, either you use them or you lose them, you know.
You're not disrespectful, okay? But you are breaking the law.
I am.
Okay. The United States Supreme Court says that we have every right to take you out of this car while we conduct the traffic stop.
Even when I'm not being arrested, I wasn't driving, I don't have any probable cause, you know. Just with my friend, because he already got a ticket, he's late for, you know, he's giving me a ride, you know, as a courtesy, you know, for me, because my car broke down. I'll give you my ID, all right? Because I've been here for 31 years in this country, never been arrested, don't have any kind of,
I'm not arguing any of that.
I don't have any records, everything's clean, you know. So I'm going to reach for my ID, all right?
You go right ahead.
Just for my friend.
Yep.
I'll give up my rights for my friend.
Well, it has nothing to do with rights, my friend.
All right, here you go. You're not going to find anything. I just want to, you know, we have the rights. If you don't use it, you lose it. And that's where it's going in this country already.
You do have rights, and I understand that. I'm well versed in the Constitution.
Yeah, I follow.
You do have rights.
Yeah, I follow. I try to follow all the laws. I try to learn everything, you know. So
But you do have to identify yourself when the police.
They say if you're being arrested, there's probable cause, or you're being a danger, you know. Yeah,
We don't know who you are as the passenger if you don't tell us. So.
Yeah, but I wasn't driving. I didn't commit any crime. There's no probable cause that I'm going to commit a crime. You didn't catch me in the act of committing a crime.
You know what I'm saying? We don't know who you are. The reason why we do that is obviously to check anybody, see if they have warrants or whatever. We don't know who the passenger is as far as
Yeah, but you see what the problem with that is? You cannot just go around stopping everybody and asking for IDs like Nazi Germany. You know what I mean?
Vehicles legally stopped though for traffic violations. So.
Yeah. And I don't have anything to hide or anything, but
I'm not saying that you do.
No, I don't know, but it seems like that. When you want to give out your name and ID, it seems like, oh, there's all these red flags. What is he hiding?
You're one person. This case that this sergeant's talking about came from a state trooper asking for identification from a bus full of people. And the Supreme Court found that it was warranted. They can ask for identification.
So even all those innocent people that were just there along for the ride, they have to go through all this hassle, give out the names, the date of birth, and social security, just because somebody else did something? We all have to pay for it?
The courts have said that we can.
All right. Now I'm just gonna, look that up. I'm not saying that you're lying, but I want to make sure for myself.
I'm gonna lie to you.
Okay.
You go on the Rhode Island
Too
State
many,
website,
like he says, too many lawyers online. They think they know everything, and then they tell you something that is not even
you go on
true.
the Rhode Island State website, you can look up all the Rhode Island general laws.
Okay. Yeah, I have the phone number for the.
If you do a search on there of obstruction of justice, the entire definition of the statute will come up.
All right.
You'll see that.
And it's gonna say if you're a passenger on a car and you get asked for the ID.
It won't be that specific.
You see?
That comes
I want to see where it says that.
comes from case law.
Mr. Ambus earns an A for remaining calm, polite, and firm in refusing to show his ID. He educated the officers about the law and the importance of citizens knowing and standing up for their rights. Although he eventually complied, his actions helped maintain peace. This incident highlights the importance of citizens confidently asserting their rights against unconstitutional police actions. On May 14, 2023, a Coleraine Township police officer noticed a speeding car and initiated a traffic stop. The driver initially stopped but then fled on foot, which is illegal. The officer caught and arrested the driver, then turned attention to the passenger.
Come here. 36, I got one running. Better stop. Your hands on your back. You gotta do this. Your hands on your back now.
You ain't got to do that. Listen, I'm going to comply. You ain't got to do it.
Your hands behind your back.
Don't put no more charges on me. Real. Man, I'm good, man. I'm good, bro. Stop doing that. For real, though. Like, stop doing that. I'm good. Yeah, I got warrants.
Okay.
Yeah, but don't do that. I ran because I got warrants. Yeah, why you pull out anyway?
36, you can cancel.
Because
you're doing 67.
help me up. Help me up.
No,
I am complying. Okay, turn your mic on. You tell him I said I'm complying. Man, let me up, man. 709, 706, 5080. 706, 5080.
You ready? We're going to stand up.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Ready?
Man. Hey, bro, I'm good, man. Stop doing that.
You better.
Man, that's what I'm saying. I'm not resisting. Get my shit.
I will get it in a minute.
No, get it right
Chill
now.
out.
Man, get off of me, man. Man, get off of me. I'm complying. I'll walk to the car, I swear. I swear, don't do all that. Please, man. Oh, God, y'all ain't got to do this.
A driver fleeing from police due to outstanding warrants eventually being arrested after surrendering voluntarily. A passenger named Miss Natasha attempts to calm the situation, but an officer escalates it by asking for her ID, potentially violating her rights. Miss Natasha is handcuffed and placed in a patrol car for allegedly violating a noise ordinance. She faces the threat of excessive force and is pepper sprayed multiple times with unclear evidence of her attempting to bite an officer. These actions may violate Ohio's laws on minimal necessary force.
We're just going to walk to the car.
Y'all don't have to do this. Hey, get off.
Don't pull
I can walk by myself.
Do not pull away.
I can walk by myself. I can walk by myself. I can walk by myself. Man, I can walk by myself.
Calm down.
I don't need you to push me.
Shut up.
Man, that's that shit. That's my shot.
You can't talk to these.
From these.
You don't have to do that.
Get off me.
Shut up. I'm calling Trill now.
Get off me.
Let's go.
Get off me. I swear I'm going to walk by myself. Man, listen,
Shut
baby.
up. You are all right.
Why them pushing?
Quit talking. You okay?
No,
Okay?
no.
Put him in this
Look
one.
what they're doing. Look
Not
what they're doing.
okay?
Man,
We're gonna put him in this one.
You have nothing on you. We're both in
I'm
trouble.
going. I'm going.
You only
I'm going, Tasha.
you only owe
You're
child
good.
support, Charles.
I'm going,
You don't
Tasha.
have nothing on you. You don't have to run.
I'm going, Tasha. I don't want to go to jail.
They is not probably taking you to jail. You just have to talk to them. You have to talk to them. They're going to talk to you.
No, they do all very wrong.
Shut up.
take a deep breath, relax.
Shut up. Fuck now.
Okay?
Shut up.
We'll figure it all out here in a minute. All right?
Talk about it. Okay? Please. What's happening to him?
All right, here's his phone, okay?
What's happening to him?
So, here's the deal. I'm going to run him, okay? He's probably going to get a ticket for the speed, okay? I think he's been drinking.
We both been drinking.
Okay,
So,
I kind of figured, okay?
so what's his charges?
At this point, speed, maybe OVI,
Speed, OVI.
okay? If he's got warrants, we'll have to deal with the warrants, okay?
He don't have warrants.
Okay.
Speed and OVI. I'm about to call Fee.
Okay, here's his charger. His headphones.
Fee, so we got pulled over.
And his money.
Where was y'all at?
We up here where he live at. And he getting locked up. And I don't know, they say he getting an OVI or something.
They trying to say he was drunk.
I can tell he's drunk.
They said he was drunk and driving. Shut up. It's okay.
What the f? I ain't no O. This ain't no OB. I was speaking.
We're done. Go back home.
What's Tria
Go
number?
back home. Turn around and go home.
Scream Tria number to me.
Go home or go to jail. Pick one. Go home or go to jail.
All right.
Go home.
I'm getting his
Go
sister
home.
number.
No, you can call them from the jail. Go home.
Get off me.
Go home. I'm not gonna say it again. Go home.
Charles.
Go home. Ma'am.
I'm
Go home. I understand.
trying to establish
Go
what
home.
I have going on.
We're investigating this. You need to leave. Go home. You're free to leave. Go home.
Okay.
So leave. So go home.
Charles.
No. If you do that one more time,
Send me Tria number.
Hands on your back. Okay, hands on your back.
Y'all get off of me. I just need to jail for this. Y'all get off of me. This
To
is
the ground.
weird.
To the ground. To the ground. Leave her on.
This is weird. It's
Stop, ma'am. Good. Sit her up. On her butt. Bring your knees in.
913.
Should buy you?
Try to.
We gotta start on a PL.
913.
Sit up and blink your eyes. You gotta blink your eyes. Shut up and blink your eyes. Get it out.
My neck. You grab that.
You gotta strobe your eyes real quick.
Tell my sister.
Ma'am, sit up and blink your eyes.
No, don't shut this door.
We're not. Blink your eyes.
Don't shut this
I'm
door.
trying to help you.
Don't shut this door.
Sit up and blink your
No,
eyes.
don't spray me no more.
I'm not. Sit up. You gotta blink your
No,
eyes.
I ain't. My eyes ain't blinking.
You gotta blink them.
No, I ain't though. Don't shut this door.
Or not.
Don't shut this door. I hope somebody recording this shit.
Don't worry about it, Cam.
What did y'all put in my eye?
After being taken to jail, Miss Natasha was briefly brought to a nearby hospital for medical clearance before returning for processing. She was charged with felony assault, obstructing official business, disorderly conduct, and resisting arrest with a bond set at $5,000.
Just walk in and turn to your right.
She was maced.
She was maced.
Maced 6 times.
Just
Literally.
once.
All in my eyes, all on my face, in my arms, on my shoulders. I was maced bad by 6 of them. That's what happened.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. He gonna say he didn't do it, right? But I can't see none of them.
saying.
I don't know none of their names.
Okay.
Yeah, tell them.
On November 24th, 2022, military vet Braxton Smith made a pit stop at a gas station. After grabbing smokes and shooting the breeze with a buddy, he noticed a cop car cruising nearby. Didn't think much of it at first, but as he left, he saw the cops with lights and sirens blazing tailing him. Smith played it cool, slowing down to signal he wasn't dodging a ticket. Still, he drove a bit to find a safer spot to pull over, all while recording the whole thing on his phone.
It's off.
Hands out the window. Put your hands out the window.
Have you seen Auburn under Cadillac Williams ever since they fired Brian Harsin? They're playing hard for Cadillac Williams, man.
Don't move.
I ain't moving. What's up? I don't think they're going to retain
Can you
Cadillac
unlock it?
Williams.
Huh? Reach right there. Man, just reach right there.
You keep your freaking hands out the window and shut your mouth. I'll figure it out. Turn the car off. Turn it off. Turn it off. Put your hands out the window. Put your hands out the window. Don't move.
I ain't moving. What's up?
Can you unlock it?
Huh? Reach right there. Man, just
Don't
reach
worry
right
about
there.
it. You keep your freaking hands out the window and shut your mouth. I'll figure it out.
In Jacksonville, Mr. Smith experiences a hostile traffic stop orchestrated by Officer Justin Peppers of the Sheriff's Office. Despite Mr. Smith's cooperation, Officer Peppers employs unnecessary force, detains him without cause, and conducts an unjustified search. Throughout the encounter, Officer Peppers displays bias, harassing Mr. Smith with irrelevant questions and indicating racial profiling. Despite finding no evidence, Officer Peppers releases Mr. Smith with weak justifications, highlighting the unjust treatment endured.
Yeah.
He's right. What's up, officer? What's going on?
What's up?
How's it going?
What is going on?
Come on, you gonna buckle me? I'm chilling. What's up? I'm chilling. What's up? I'm chilling, officer. I'm cool. I'm doing that. Look at me. I'm doing that. What's up? Come on, man. You resisting. Y'all wildin'. Come on, y'all wildin'. I ain't doing now. Come on. Okay. Y'all wildin'. What I did?
Act like you didn't want to stop.
What you mean? I can pull up in the same spot. Okay. How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
You have a medical marijuana card, sir?
Oh.
No. Smoking?
No, 240. Just want a voicemail now. I'll put it in the
No.
How's it going? How's it going, Joey?
You smoking?
Put your foot on the ground. So, what makes this spot safer for you than where I tried to stop you?
I mean, y'all hit the lights on me. I ain't want to pull in the middle of the road. That's dangerous for y'all. I didn't want to pull in a well-lit area. You get y'all out of traffic.
Okay.
I ain't stupid.
So, do you think that making a safe spot for us is something that you're authorized to do?
I mean, I ain't think they require authorization. I'm trying to be safe just like y'all. I ain't posing a threat. I send y'all something.
Wait, so are you trying to be safe? You're trying to find a safe spot for you or for me?
For both of us.
No, you don't get to do that.
Okay, that's understandable.
You can make a claim that you're trying to make a safe spot for you. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
All right. Why is this spot safer than that spot?
It's a well-lit area. I mean, it's not in the middle of the road.
Do you see all those? Do you see all those street lights down there?
I understand what you're saying.
So
but
why is this spot?
more well lit than down there.
I mean, what was so detrimental between me stopping right there and stopping right here?
Well, actually, I'd like to ask you that. Why did you keep driving?
I just told you that. I just told you that. Why would I
want to stop? There's a lot of moving around in that car.
You just looked in it.
There's a lot of moving around whenever I have my lights on.
I rolled the windows down, put my driver's license, my registration out the window. That's what y'all supposed to ask when y'all first pull somebody over, right? Y'all ain't do none of that. Come on, I'm not supposed to stop a law-abiding citizen.
Shut your mouth. Where'd you buy the firearm?
Pawn shop on Atlantic Boulevard.
The store?
Yeah, pawn shop.
You did the paperwork?
Yeah, it might be in the car.
Okay. Well, when did you get it?
It's been within a year.
Okay. So you did all the paperwork, the background check and everything?
Yeah.
So why would they, how come you can buy a gun but you can't have a CWL?
Hey, so what's the process of buying a gun, right? You go through the background. I've bought guns my whole life, bro. I'm a veteran. I'm served 10 years in the military.
So why wouldn't you be able to get CWL is what I'm trying to get to.
But why is that an issue if I'm within my legal limit? That's what I don't understand.
Because I'm wondering if you're a prohibited possessor or just prohibited from purchasing or from what?
If I was prohibited from purchasing,
I know. You don't need to know what it means. I know what it means.
Right or wrong, right?
I know what it means. You don't need to know what it means. I'm just trying to ask questions to determine which category you fall into.
Why, if I'm within my legal limit, why does any of that matter?
What does legal limit mean?
If I can purchase a firearm, I can ride with it in my vehicle, right? If it's in the trunk.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
That's the law I studied, the Florida gun law. That's the law I abide by.
Great. Yeah, so you just drive as long as you want to, and the police don't say nothing? I don't think it is, man. I agree. I don't think that is the case. All right, so I'll give it to you this time, but I'll be honest with you, man. Like, it's not a smart thing to do, man. It just doesn't, it doesn't jive. The safety thing. Look, if we're in like a dark street and there ain't no street lights or whatever, okay. If an unmarked car is pulling you over on some untraveled road. All right, and you want to get somewhere where there's a marked unit or, where there's traffic, okay, I get it. But when there's like 3 police cars with lights and sirens, and horns honking at you, that kind of means, I think I should stop now. It doesn't mean laugh at the police while we're trying to get you out of the vehicle. Like I said, I don't know what you just pulled out from under the seat or something.
Mr. Smith's rights were violated when an officer confiscated his phone and subjected him to excessive force during an incident. Attorney Gene Nichols raised concerns about the treatment, including Smith's disability as a veteran. Smith filed a complaint, prompting an administrative review by the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, but the outcome and potential legal action are undisclosed.
All right. You can put your shoes on. Alright, here's the deal. So my traffic program is messed up, so I can't write a ticket right now. And we have gunshots down the road that I'm going to go respond to. So those 2 reasons are getting you out of the ticket tonight, okay? Your front windows are too dark though in your windshield, just so you know. Huh? Where you left it.
On January 16, 2021, the Clean Police Department responded to a 911 call regarding a medical emergency at a Burger King drive-thru. Truman McCollum, 45, had collided with another vehicle, rendering him unconscious and setting off airbags. Upon arrival, officers spoke with the other driver, who had just received his change at the drive-thru when McCollum's car struck him. Emergency services and an ambulance were already present at the scene.
Is that blue truck involved?
Yeah, that's the truck that got hit. I told him to stay till I got here. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, man? What happened?
I was first of all, I'm showing you that I got my weapon right now.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Just in case it had been somebody, crazy stuff. I had all of my food up in the reach and get my ticket. I had all of my food. The young lady had just gave me my change. I'm sitting at the window, and all of a sudden, it seemed like the world just ended. Man, he hit me, and my head hit this right here. And then I looked back, it looked like it was a gray Camaro or Charger or something like that. And all this front end was flying everywhere, and he hit me again.
Okay.
And he was in there like he was listening to music and stuff, flailing his arms and stuff.
Okay.
That's the reason I thought it was some of this crazy stuff happening.
Got you.
Hey, sir,
3431. All right, so the blue truck was the one that got rear-ended from the back, and the Challenger was the vehicle that hit him.
Okay, so it rear-ended you?
Yeah, right.
Copy LP. Out of Texas, 3 David Victor 1154. 3 David Victor 1154 out of Texas.
You have a patient? I don't know. Yeah.
I'm thinking that guy probably either drank something. Not this guy, the one in the Challenger. Because you got to be going really fast through this drive-through to be doing that.
The officers respond to Mr. McComb's situation, where paramedics are helping him. Despite Mr. McCallum's non-aggressive behavior in the ambulance, officers use excessive force, including a taser, due to his medical condition. This raises questions about their actions and adherence to the Killeen Police Department's de-escalation policy. The officers' handling of Mr. McCallum's situation, from using force to deciding charges prematurely, is concerning.
Yeah.
Who was the one that was unconscious?
This guy. The one that hit this dude.
Oh, so I'm guessing he pulled around and then parked over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
3431, copy, second LP. Out of Texas, Nora Mary Paul, 1196. Nora Mary Paul, 1196.
Did you see what happened?
I saw him just like drive off.
It was he rear-ended the truck. Yeah.
Hey. Are you gonna talk to me?
Hey, sir, did anybody get your ID?
No, sir. You the guy I talked to earlier? Oh, okay, I just wanted to, because I...
Not yet. Anybody get your ID yet or no?
No.
Right,
That's my driver's license. That's my driver's license. That's my, what you call it now.
So what's going to happen is...
I think I might have to go to the doctor. I first told him no, but I'm getting to feel some stuff going down my back.
All right.
My daughter's away.
All right, so what's going to happen is we're going to take a crash report, okay? So, so just get with your insurance company and let them know, okay?
Oh, yeah. I got
okay.
I got 4 cars on the insurance with my insurance or State Farm, so I'm good.
Yeah, can you have that ready for me, the insurance? Can you find it real quick?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Whole traffic. Stop.
Grab him down. Grab him down. Get your taser. Stop, you get taser. Here we go.
Stop. Let me see your hands.
Turn around. Get on your stomach. Get on your stomach. Josh. Let's keep it.
Stop.
Stop. Turn around, wet. Face that way. Face that way.
Okay, man.
Stop. Quit. Horrible spot.
Here we go, please.
Get down.
Oh, hey, man. Oh, please. Please, man. Oh, please.
To your pocket. Y'all clear there?
Yeah. Okay, man, let me go, man.
Stop.
Oh, shit. Okay, man.
Hey, stop.
Stop. Oh, man.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Just look forward and stop flailing around.
Okay,
Hey, listen.
Put me, please.
Hey, listen.
Please, put me, hey, man.
We're not.
Please.
We're just trying to search you.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right, bring him in.
Yeah, we're good.
Will you please, man? Will you please let me,
Oh, use your legs. Cut it out. Use your legs. Stand up. Stand up, sir. Stand up.
So we're going to the other side.
Okay.
Turn around, buddy. You ready?
Can you please let me go, man?
In 2021, Mr. McCollum was arrested by the Killeen Police Department on DWI and resisting arrest charges. 2 years later, he sued the department alleging unjust arrest during a medical emergency and racial bias in force use. McCollum suffered severe injuries, leading to job loss. Most officers involved are still on duty, while one declared bankruptcy.
Who could do the SFSTs and then ask the traffic guys if, I don't know who's doing blood warrant and all that stuff. Who usually does that when y'all have it?
Traffic people?
The traffic guys? Okay. So, did they already, where's the, hi, how are you doing, sir?
Well, where did that individual end up going? Do you have to go into jail right now? Okay, do you have any demos on him?
No.
Okay.
At one point, y'all pulled his wallet.
Yeah, I just didn't know if y'all have it.
I don't know where it went, though. No.
They may have taken it.
Yeah, they have it.
Are you Adam too?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So we're possibly thinking DWI, is that what?
3431,
so
case number, please.
I just got off the phone with Melendez, and basically, he thinks he's on drugs.
Okay.
He has to read him a statutory warrant. If he refuses, then we're just gonna do a refusal.
A refusal